Big Mouth just dropped a new video.
Oh shit, I'll catch with you guys later. Big Mouth just dropped a new video. Oh shit, Big Mouth just dropped a video. Like and subscribe.
Hey, we appreciate everybody for tapping into another episode of It's Big Mouth TV / new radio podcast, all that in one. Hey, you new to the channel, hit that like and that subscribe. We getting into it. Alright, man, we gotta head to Detroit with it, man. Down in Detroit City down there. Shout out to Detroit, man, and Chicago as well. Detroit and Chicago. Got a little involvement. What's going on with T Grizzly, man? Shout out to T Grizzly. He made Big Mouth news. Hey, I think no, we did a story on T Grizzly before, but some heartbreaking news, man. It's all over the internet. They trying to say T Grizzly had some involvement, allegedly. Everything is allegedly up here, Big Mouth. And his auntie's murder, man. She was murdered up there in Detroit, man. She was his manager as well. I guess everybody know the story of what went on. But hey, man, they trying to say T Grizzly is in deep boo-boo, man. They saying Feds is doing an investigation right now, things like that, man. And they trying to say he could be involved in this senseless murder that involved his auntie, man. Allegedly, she was not blood-related auntie, but she was married into his family, man, through his uncle, who's doing life in prison or serving a long time in prison, man. But hey, T Grizzly, man, like they saying all around the internet, man. Like I said, it's he say, she say right now, just allegedly and speculations. And they bringing up peanut butter and jelly up in this, man, because hey, allegedly, man, they trying to say T Grizzly. That's how he ended up setting his auntie up, saying he wanted to stop by his friend's house to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man. And when he got out the car, and sure enough, he was on his way upstairs, man, and gunshots started ringing out, and his auntie was murdered. Check it out.
Wasn't even dirty, but to her, she just a clean, real clean person.
Okay.
It's like, no, I don't want to go in them people's house. I don't want to sit on their furniture and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. So I'm knocking on the door. My people's taking so long to come to the door when we really ain't healed from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there, and I was telling her, like, come in the house. And she like, no, I don't want to go in. I'm begging her to come in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, certain areas, you just can't, you got to move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about where you at. I could go anywhere I want to.
Right.
But I got to move right.
Right.
You know?
All right, y'all heard from no other than T Grizzly himself, man. Y'all heard him say, I guess, a little bit what took place of his auntie being murdered, man. And like I say, what's floating all over the internet was him telling his auntie he need to stop over his friend's house and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man. And asked her if she wanted to come up to the house, and she told him no. She didn't like dirty houses and stuff like that, man. And they said when he got out the car, man, that's when the gunman walked up and murdered him. Sad, man. But hey, man, like I say, he's innocent until proven guilty. It's all speculations and allegations, man. And shout out to T Grizzly. Be safe out there. We hear anything else, man, on that, we'll keep y'all updated as we jump into this next story right here. All right, y'all, we got to jump into this next story right here. We got no other than Ricky Rose, the biggest boss in the game, and C.youngfly, 85 South or something like that podcast, man. Hey, they beefing with Rick Ross, man. Shout out to Rick Ross and C.youngfly, but this between Rick Ross and C.youngfly, man, I guess they've been going at it over social media, man. And C.youngfly allegedly been putting up old pictures of Rick Ross, man, and making memes and funds of him. I guess he's allegedly supposed to be mad at Rick Ross for allegedly walking out on his podcast. We all know C.youngfly and some of his boys, they started a 85 South podcast, man, and Rick Ross was invited, man, and Rick Ross was only there for like 10 minutes, and when he told little C.youngfly and the rest of the crew he needed to use the restroom, man, and they told him, they thought he was going to just use the restroom. And allegedly all over social media, man, they saying C.youngfly saying Rick Ross blew up the bathroom, man. He dropped some logs, and then he booked out on the interview. He left and never came back, man. And C.youngfly allegedly, I guess, felt some type of way. So now he's, going at Rick Ross on his social media, even though this old, this took place a couple years ago, man. And I guess it's coming back up, man. And C.youngfly ain't feeling Rick Ross walking out on his interview and going and do some other podcasts right after he left his interview. And on top of that, blew up his toilet, man, allegedly, man. But hey, shout out to those guys. Like I said, they've been going at it back and forth over social media, man. And like I say, over Rick Ross walking out on C.youngfly's podcast. Hey, man, we hope those guys can be cordial and be peaceful if they ever run into each other again. And if Rick Ross said he'd glad to be invited to 85 South, man, and do another 10-minute and use the restroom and walk out again. Allegedly, that's what Rick Ross is saying. Hey, shout out to those guys, man. C.youngfly and Rick Ross. We hear anything else on that, we'll keep y'all updated as we jump into this last story right here. All right, y'all, we got to jump into this last story before we get up out of here. We got to leave y'all with some sad news, man. I'm sure a lot of y'all already know about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Died at 54, man, years old, man. And we all know him from being on the Cosby Show as the Huxtables. He played Theo and stuff like that, man. It's sad, that he lost his life in, trying to enjoy his life, out there in the ocean and swimming in the lakes and stuff like that, on jet skis and stuff like that, man. They say he drowned. The doctors tried to revive him back to life, but they wasn't able to revive him, man. Sad, man. He lost his life, man. Jamal Warner, he dies, man, at 54 years old, man. Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. We all know him as Theo or the Huxtables, and things like that, man. Sad, man. He's still young, Like I say, accidents do happen, Just got to be more careful and safe out there, man. Like I say, 54 years old, man. Tragically lost his life, but trying to enjoy it out there in the ocean. They said those waves and tides and stuff ain't like they were a couple years ago. They even more bigger and more dangerous, man. So if y'all out there swimming and jet skiing and stuff, be safe. It's crazy. Hey, if we hear anything else, we'll keep y'all updated. That's all we got until next time. Big mouth.